Meow. 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 I even hear Nibble rumbling around out there. There we go. How's everyone doing today? You were wondering, yeah, well, I've been doing that too. I wonder sometimes too. I think he's found the brush. Haven't you? That's what it is. There's Nibble. Meow. All right, well, that's probably all we'll see of Nibble. Yeah, I like the colors in this room too. Like I said, I chose these colors because I had this color in the living room in the house in California too. Also with the dark blue on the trim. I didn't have crown molding there, but I had it like on the baseboards. And in the case of the dark blue, I actually had the dark blue on the ceiling. And now we're going to stare at Mike's butt for a while. Yeah, this place is always just going to kind of be, my museum. I got way too many things for the walls, so every inch of wall space is going to be covered at some point. That's just the way it is. But it's my place, so I'm going to turn it into my place. That's just the way it is. I think it's funny. I kind of got my head strategically placed right now, so you don't see where the end of the painting is. As you can see, it's blue up to this line right here, and then this is going to be another section that we'll paint at some point. I think I might actually do another section of the walls this weekend here. I've decided I'm going to kind of divide this room. I was thinking dividing it in half, but I think I'm going to divide it into 3 parts. So I'm going to do a second part maybe this weekend. I don't know yet. We'll see. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. It really looks nice in here, I think. I'm happy with, all the stuff on the walls. Glad to have, all of this done out here. I've been meaning to get those guitars out for a while, so I'm glad they're there now. Place is starting to come together. Yeah, I know. I've been kind of into the whole moving thing here now for almost a year and a half. Because it was a year and a half now that since I came to Texas. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know so much about the lighter colors making it look bigger. I think the lighter colors just make it look brighter. And I think it isn't even necessarily the color I picked, but just the finish. Because they had kind of a flat matte paint on here, which I don't know. I've never been a fan of. I haven't done a matte finish on any wall I've ever done. It's got to be at least a semi-gloss. And there are points where I've done like even a high gloss. Is that a tree behind me? Yes, I got a Christmas tree. I'm having to kind of put it away when I'm not doing a live stream because I had it up and this guy's already trying to eat it. Like you can see, he's staring at it right now, trying to figure out. I wonder what that tastes like. Yeah, I like the dark contrast on the molding too. You know, like I said, those two colors are both colors I got from the house in California. I was lucky that I was able to find a paint tin cap that had the formula for the dark color. And it was like I said on the video, I was looking at the hard drive recently, and I found a picture of the paint cover for the light blue. So I was able to get that color too. So I was very happy because I really like that light blue too. It really, it was a color I had all over the house in California. The entire living room downstairs and the whole common area upstairs was all that color. And I had the dark blue as the trim. Now I know it looks kind of black in the picture right now, but it's actually that dark blue color. I really like it. Hi Linda, how are you? Yeah, a year and a half. I know it's crazy. It was May of 2019 that I arrived. So it's actually, yeah, actually a little bit more than that because it would have been a year and a half in November, middle of November, so or middle of December. So it's like 19 months now. It's a nice rainy day today, so it's a nice day to kind of be inside. Let's see actually what the radar looks like here. Oh yeah, yeah, that's definitely rain. It's hard to see, but there's a little blue dot. Like, yeah, I can't even see it now. Where is it? Right there. And that's kind of where I am. So, yeah, we're getting a little bit of rain right now. Supposed to be doing that a little bit off and on this morning. I love it when it rains. You know that. Yeah, I wish I could take credit for Disney going downhill after I left, but they did it to themselves. And indulging in Christmas goodies. Well, I mean, I went through all those cookies pretty quick. Not a whole lot. I've still actually got a little bit of the Thanksgiving cranberry jello left. We'll probably get that uh, finished off this weekend here. Hey, at least he's showing his face now. But I am glad I got out of Disney when I did because this would have been affecting me. I'd be unemployed right now. So decision was the right decision at the time because Disney was going nowhere, and I'm in so much a better situation now. I'm so happy here. The job's going well. I love my house. I'm having a blast getting it all set up and doing all that fun stuff. You hear that? They think you got a great face. Yes, you do. Yeah, it's getting there. It isn't quite a showcase yet or showplace yet, but it's getting there. Like I said, I'm happy with the direction it's going. I love this wall. I love the wall over there with the guitars on it and all that. I kind of just I think it just kind of encourages people to go back down the hall and look at the rest of the stuff there. So yeah, Linda, I'm glad you helped find it too. I mean, like I said, I had really decided that this was the house for me when I edited the video. Uh, so it was just great having you all chime in and say, oh yeah, house three, that was the one you need to get. So it was good to get the reinforcement. You guys have offered a lot of great advice because you guys picked out the color for the guest bathroom. You picked out the color for the guest bedroom. Both those rooms look fantastic. I'm really happy with how they turned out. And of course, I picked out this color, but you know what? You don't get all the choices. Yeah, well, and I like getting your help on this stuff too because I like having a woman's touch on this, a woman's kind of instinct. Because surprise, surprise, I'm not a woman, so I was hoping to get someone like Beth or my sister or my mom to come out and help, but that just hasn't worked out so far. And so why not tap into my audience? My audience is still 60% female, so why not utilize that, right? When is Flash coming? As soon as possible. But right now, it's an issue. I'm going to have to go pick her up. I don't want to put her on an airplane, and we'll. So and I got to get to the point where I can actually do that because right now, if I were to go to California, I'd get put on quarantine from work, and I don't want to do that. So it's going to have to be, after this whole coronavirus thing is over. They tell the owners about the sewer issues. Well, actually, when I talked to the guy on the phone, he said that they had driven by the house at one point, and apparently it was the week that we were doing all that. So they saw all the dirt on the front lawn, and they asked what happened. Yeah, I don't know. I am interested in NASA and SpaceX. That's really fascinating. And I do love the fact that they're very close here. Yeah, if there was a point to see a launch, that would be fun. Have I put the trees in the ground yet? No, the palm trees aren't in the ground yet. They're still in pots. It'll probably be this spring when I'll do that. That's when I'm going to get out in the yard, right? And do more yard stuff. Because I want to get them in the ground. Hopefully, get the maple tree in the ground, and do some stuff with that planter. I want to build another one, tear down the one I have, build another one, and get some stuff in the ground. Get some veggies growing here. Haven't decided exactly what I want to do, but I like things like tomatoes and corn and lettuce and stuff like that. And of course, I got to have some jalapenos. Thanks, Laura. Yeah, I love the living room too. It's coming together really nice. I'm really happy with it so far. I think I'm going to do another section of it maybe this weekend. I don't know yet. Maybe not. I don't know. This is a short weekend, but a big part of what was happening before was that it was such a big, vast area that I had to do, and so maybe since the second section I'm looking at is a little bit smaller, maybe I can do it in 3 days. Yeah, I saw it. That last one, that rocket exploded. It's funny. It was just a test thing, and actually, the people said they were actually very happy with the launch, even though or even happy with the results they got, even though it exploded on landing. So whatever. I guess they learned a lot. So yeah, I was actually looking at Jupiter and Saturn on. I've got a little app on here. This guy called Google Sky. And basically, it's Google Maps, but you can point the camera at the sky and it tells you what you're looking at. And even a couple of weeks ago, Jupiter and Saturn are like literally that close to each other on the map. So I want to see. I'm definitely interested in seeing what that looks like. It's very exciting. When do the Christmas tree lights go on? Probably not going to put Christmas tree lights on. I'm just going to leave the tree like this. I intentionally got a live in the ground tree So, because at some point I think I'm going to plant it. I don't know if it'll go in the backyard or go in the front yard, but right now, I just got to keep it out of this guy's way, or this guy will eat it. And then there'll be green barf all over the house. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that it might have been a planetary convergence that was that accounts for the Christmas star. It makes sense. Also, could have been a supernova. Yeah, painting's going good. I'm maybe going to do some more this weekend. I've decided I'm going to kind of. I'd originally said I was going to do the house or do this room in halves because it's such a big room. But I think I'm actually going to divide it up into three parts. So I might do the second, third um, today or this weekend. I don't know. We'll see. This is my short week, and I still got to produce 4 videos. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, the supernova hypothesis would be cool. And it should be pretty easy to confirm too, because you ought to be able to look up in the sky and find a 2,000-year-old supernova remnant. Yeah, another butt shot. Yeah, absolutely. He likes to show his butt. Now you're going to show your face though, because we're talking about you, huh? We got a request for some belly rubs here, so here's a belly rub. You could have a belly rub too, Nibble, if you came up. We're a little bit more affectionate. Ah, got to shift him around. He's a big tub of lard here. Yes, he is. Big tub of lard. Okay, enough of that. We'll go up and sit on the arm of the couch and show us your butt again. I suppose you want a kitty treat too, don't you? It always comes to that, doesn't it? That's my finger you're biting, dude. Let's see, we got Nibble down here. Let's see if we can coax her into the shot here. She's hiding behind the chair there. You might be able to see her just a little bit peeking out of the corner. Nibble. Yeah, there she is. You gotta do a better job lighting them. They just look like silhouettes, don't they? Can't even tell which one's which. What's a supernova? A supernova is a star that has ended its life. And basically, with stars, there's two forces competing against each other. You have a nuclear explosion that's pushing out, and you have gravity that's pulling in. And eventually, when the nuclear fuel is all consumed, it stops pushing out, and the star begins to collapse, and it hits a critical mass. And when it hits that critical mass, it explodes. So if you've ever seen like the Horsehead Nebula, I've seen pictures of that. That's actually the remains of a supernova. It is a star that has literally blown itself apart. Yeah, I've noticed that too. There's a lot of Christmas lights around here. Now, I don't know if that's unusual for this area this year or just something that happens every year, but I am pleased to to say that, there's a big cluster of houses that like every house around mine has lights on it. So, you know, it's really nice out here. I was walking around the neighborhood a little bit last night. We're definitely getting into the cold too. It's like 40s right now. But it was fun to get out last night and walk around and see that. I have a question. How do you get the chat to be slow? I don't know if that was a typo or not, but get it to be slow. I come on and I talk because I'm kind of boring. Yeah, that place in West, Texas was very impressive. And you're right, it was probably more than a mile because I think it was probably a mile one direction. Then you turned around and you came back. So I don't know. Yeah, I guess the way you get the words to not scroll by so fast is not have 1,000 people on like Jordan does. 43 people on here, it's manageable because then you can kind of keep up with everything. Yeah, peg tooth. Carl Sagan used to say, "Yeah, we're all made of star stuff." Well, not necessarily having to do with the amount of people, but with the amount of people who are actually interacting and asking questions. I'm sure there may be people on here that aren't actually that are just listening and not talking or not posting anything. I don't know if my sister or niece or nephew watch my vlogs. I know my mom does. She says she does that pretty regularly. Although she's not really into the painting videos or the home repair kind of thing. She likes more of the cooking videos, and she really liked the Christmas one I did a couple weeks ago. I also know that my uncle in Minnesota, in Austin, Minnesota, says he watches occasionally. But I have another uncle, my dad's brother. I don't think he even knows I vlog. Crosby, Stills, and Nash have a song that mentioned that too. That we're all stardust. Yeah. If you want to see the questions fly by as I've watched Adam's live streams, yeah, I bet. Well, I think Jordan at this point is kind of up there on Adam's level, so I would assume it's probably the same. But I gotta admit, I have never watched an Adam live stream. Thanks, Laura Lee. I hope you have a great Christmas too. Have I been in contact with Jordan? Well, I mean, we text back and forth from time to time. I think the last time we talked was when he congratulated me on 500 episodes. He asked me if I imagined when I started this thing out whether that I'd be getting to the point where I would be at 500 episodes. And no, I got to admit, I didn't expect that. I didn't think I'd be doing this a year and a half, almost 2 years later. It's been almost 2 years now since I started that. Watching any Christmas movies? Yeah, I've been kind of watching a few of them. I watched, Jordan's movie. I watched Christmas Vacation. I watched Die Hard. I watched A Christmas Story. Might have even pulled out the old Twilight Zone episode called Night of the Meek. I love that episode. Haven't watched Scrooge yet. Haven't watched Ernest Saves Christmas. It's funny. I was talking to somebody at work yesterday, and he was talking how he loves Ernest Saves Christmas too. And it's like so. As a new guy that was in the department, he was a temp that was just assigned to us that came in from another department. And I don't know, I immediately bonded with him. That guy, I like that guy a lot. So I hope he pops up in our department more often. Yeah, I'm gonna probably do some walking around looking at Christmas light videos here at some point. Maybe even some this week. Maybe not tonight because it's kind of rainy today and it'll be cold out. But yeah, I like the Grinch, but the old cartoon one, not the uh, what is it? The live action one with Jim Carrey. Not a fan of that. The cats wake me up when they're hungry. No, they just wake me up. Taking the kids out sledding. That'll be fun. Snowing in Oklahoma City, huh? What Twilight Zone episode? It's an old. It's the old Twilight Zone, not the remake, the Rod Serling version, and it's called Night of the Meek. And it's a story about this old drunk Santa Claus in a grocery store, or in like a department store, that gets fired on Christmas Eve, and then actually ends up getting to be the real Santa Claus. Yeah, I like to serve man too. I'm a huge fan of that one, especially because I'm a huge fan of the guy that played the Canamet. I was the same guy that played Jaws, Richard Keel in the James Bond movie. Let's see, what was it? He was in two of them. He was in Moonraker and he was in The Spy Who Loved Me. And I think he was my favorite Bond villain. But he was also the guy that played the Canamet. I got a T-shirt of him. Got that when Jordan and I visited Las Vegas and went to the Las Vegas Twilight Zone mini golf place. And Bite is back. And he's not showing his butt. Yeah, was it Art Carney that played the? It may very well have been. I don't know. I got IMDb. Let's look it up. I think I got IMDb. Yeah. It's funny. You pull up the main page from the Twilight Zone, and the first picture they have is Richard Keel as the Canamet in To Serve Man. Let's see if I can. If there's an easy way to find the individual episodes. I mean, you can get the individual episodes. We'll have to check that later. Might have been. It could very well have been. Yeah, Bites back. You look like a Christmas cat, huh? Yeah, that was your Christmas cat. Have to get you a little Santa hat, huh? What do you think? Would you wear a Santa hat? Probably not. Oh, Chiefs are playing. I'm losing out to football. Thanks for stopping in, Pam. Yeah, I plan to plant that in the backyard or front yard or somewhere. It says it's supposed to get 40 feet tall, so obviously it won't be able to stay in here for two reasons. First off, a 40-foot tree won't fit in here. And second of all, this guy will eat it. Yeah, okay, it was Art Carney that played the Santa. That's cool. Yeah, I guess I heard that he was also in Land of the Lost. He was also in Happy Gilmore. Starting to look like a mad scientist, huh? Oh, but he approves, so we're good. We're good. He was in Pale Rider too. I didn't know that. That guy was everywhere. Do the cats still make me laugh? Yeah, when they do something absolutely crazy. Every once in a while, this guy will like fall off the couch or something like that. And yeah, living room's coming along nice. I'm really happy with it. Like I said, I may do some more this weekend. I'm thinking that because this wall over here has the TV and stuff on it, and that's going to be really complicated to do that. So I'm going to probably save that one for last. Yeah, I love the original Twilight Zone too. I was a huge fan of the Twilight Zone. Used to be when I was like in college, I'd come home from school before I went to work, and Twilight Zone and Alfred Hitchcock Presents were both on, and I'd watch both of those and then go to work. But there's so many episodes there that were great. That just kind of turned into the world, become kind of part of the public vernacular. I mean, to serve man, everyone has done jokes about that, and Talkie Tina, that was an episode called Living Doll, and and the kid about the kid who could wish people away and wish people away into the cornfield. Ah, he's showing his butt again. You like to show your butt, don't you? Wow. Did you just look at the camera? You know you're not supposed to do that. Only I'm allowed to look at the camera. Oh, the mannequin episode. Yeah, you're right. That's a great one too. I don't remember what that's called, but I know which one you're talking about. Okay, thanks for stopping in, Penny. Yeah, I don't know, everyone. Well, yeah, since we're talking about the Twilight Zone, the original Twilight Zone, what's your favorite episodes? Um, because I love the ones I've mentioned: Night of the Meek, To Serve Man, Living Doll, and what's the uh, what's the one about the kid that can wish people away into the cornfield? Oh yeah, the William Shatner one. Yeah, with him with the thing on the airplane wing, and everybody thinks he's crazy, and then they haul him away after the airplane lands, and then they find out, and then the camera pans around, and something's been ripping off part of the one of the engines on the airplane, and nobody's noticed it yet. Or that one, the woman who keeps having that dream about going to room 22, and it's the morgue in the hospital, and then at the end she's about to get on an airplane, and it's flight 22, and she won't do it, and the airplane takes off and explodes. That's a good one. Oh, you're right. There was the one with that with that funny devil machine on the table in the diner that answered questions. Obsolete Man. That's another one. That was who was it? What was the guy's name that was in that? He was in a few of them, but the Obsolete Man. Yeah, that was a good one. And it was the same guy, and I can't remember what his name was, but he was the one that it was an episode. Burgess Meredith. Thank you, Stephanie. Yeah, he was also in that one called Time Enough at Last, about the man who loved to read books and went into the bank vault during his lunch break to read a book, and a nuclear explosion happened, and everything was destroyed. And he thought the world was over, and then he came across the remains of a library, and and he was in hog heaven. He was picking the books for this month and next month and the month after that and the year after that and the year after that, and then he breaks his glasses. Wow, thank you, Jan. I appreciate that. That's really nice of you. Have to get the kitties some treats. We'll get the kitties a cat treat from or a present from you for that. With that, thank you very much. Or maybe we'll just use it to buy paper towels to clean up the green barf that's going to be all over the house when you eat this thing. Because you know you're looking at it, aren't you? You think, gee, I wonder what that thing tastes like. And does it taste as good coming up as it does going down? You know it does. Yeah, let's see. Lots of great Twilight Zone ones. There was the one with the woman who played Endora on Bewitched. She was an old woman in a house and had these like little robots chasing after her, shooting at her. That was a good one. Oh yeah, right. The one. I think that was called Eye of the Beholder, where she has a normal face and she's deemed ugly by society who has like faces look like pigs or something like that. Yeah, there will be a video later today. I haven't shot it yet, so I'm not sure what it'll be, but yeah, we'll see. Me too, Lori. That was why I used to go home and watch it. It's like, yeah, I've seen every one of those episodes many times. Agnes Moorehead, yeah, right. That was her name. Samantha's mother. You wouldn't know it by looking at her, but it's the same woman. Funny too, because those episodes were all pretty close to each other. Because I think Bewitched was like late '60s, wasn't it? And the Twilight Zone was early '60s. Let's see, what other ones? Oh, the ones where aliens come down from Mars and Venus, and I think that's another Burgess Meredith one. They give Burgess Meredith superhuman strength. He starts ripping this bar apart, and then they take it away from him, and then other aliens come and give him like superhuman intelligence and stuff like that. And that's a good one. I have to pull up my Twilight Zone companion book. Actually, probably can. I got IMDb open here. I bet you we can get a list of the episodes here. I didn't think so. All episodes. There we go. Yeah, Time Enough at Last. There's that one. Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm not going to sit there and read it. That's not what we're here for. Well, and Jordan likes the one with Kevin McCarthy in it. That's the one where he's like 1,000 years old, and it's based. I think it's the one with the clock, right? Yeah, yeah, that's the one with the clock. And as long as you keep the clock going, the he'll live forever. And the clock's been going for like a long time, and then the clock winds down, and he because he can't get to it to wind it, and then he ends up rotting away. Isn't that one? Yeah, I think JC, I think that's the one that I was talking about earlier, where they give I think it was Burgess Meredith where they give him superhuman strength and superhuman intelligence, and he ends up abusing it, and you take it away from him. And thank you, Kevin. Happy holidays to you too. Okay, okay. I guess I'm blending two of them together. Yeah, you're right. I remember he was like massively old, but there's also another Twilight Zone episode where as long as there was this like clock, and as long as he keeps winding the clock, he'll continue to live. And and at some point he can't get at the clock, and the clock winds down. And he ends up dying because of it. Or the one where all of society is goes through a surgical process when they get a certain age, and they get to pick the body that they want to live in. There's like six or seven different choices, and there's this one woman who doesn't want to do it, and she's ultimately forced by her family, and then she ends up doing it and is happy at the end. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Charlotte and Logan. How are you doing? Merry Christmas. Penny for your thoughts. Okay, that's the one with William Shatner, isn't it? I think that was the one where they keep feeding that machine on the table in the diner with a devil head on the top, and it keeps dispensing eerily um, accurate predictions about the future. For your thoughts, you could hear people's thoughts. Okay, like I said, I don't remember all the names. It's been a long time since I've watched Twilight Zone episodes. But like I said, I really like that episode, Night of the Meek. What do you think? Do you like Night of the Meek? Huh? See, that's what I love about these live streams. I never really know where we're going to go. All of a sudden, we're talking about Twilight Zone episodes. How awesome is that? Logan is kissing Bite on TV. What do you think? What do you think about that? Here, Logan. Here's something for you to kiss. There's Bite for you. Get a close up of his face here. Yeah, I do remember. I don't remember it being one of the Darrens from Bewitched, but I do remember the one where he flipped a quarter and it landed right on the edge, and a bunch of weird stuff happened after that. Rhonda really likes you, or Logan really likes you, Bite. She was very excited when you did that. When I did that, I guess technically you didn't do anything except submit to it. Yeah, now I got cat hair in my mouth. Yike. Yeah, but you might be right too. Who knows? Like I said, you'd be surprised all the people that showed up in those episodes. There was a one with Jack Klugman where he was like a trumpet player. I think that was called. what's it called? A passage for trumpets or something like that. Oh, Charlotte and Logan have a cat that looks just like you, Bite. What do you think of that? Hmm? No comment, huh? His name is Bob Buttons. We could rename you to Butt Buttons. What do you think? Is that an idea? Yeah, yeah, the one where he was the bull shark. That was a good one too. Yeah, I don't remember what that was called too, but yeah, that's a great one. Thank you, Rhonda. Yeah, I'm happy with how the room turned out. It looks really great. I come into that room, come into this room after a long day of work and say, yeah, this room turned out nice. Well, I mean, I got a long ways to go because half of the room is still the old gray color, but it's starting to feel like a home. The cats come to the kitchen. Yeah, well, they have run to the whole house except for the guest bedroom and my room. Yeah, yeah, it does. I feel really comfortable in this room right now. Fortunately, I got the camera pointed in the direction where all the good stuff is. I still have, this the stuff behind the computer right now. Not so much. Do I think I'd be able to change the water heater by myself? No, that's something I'd have to hire somebody to do. I can do like sprinkler plumbing and stuff like that, but when you get into dealing with copper pipe and stuff like that, you got to be a pro to do that. Charlotte and Logan have three cats, two dogs, a rabbit, and a hamster. I've had all of those things except a hamster, but I've had guinea pigs, so maybe that counts. My first pet was a guinea pair of guinea pigs, and I had dogs and cats and rabbits and mice and birds. And yeah, I've had pets in my life all my life. And when these guys are gone, we'll have something else. Maybe dog this time. Got to have somebody for Jaw to hang out with when Jaw comes to visit. You're gonna have puppies too. Oh yeah, yummy. That sounds like fun. What would you think about a puppy? I probably wouldn't. You don't. You're not really a fan of dogs, are you? You've had to put up with Jaw. Jaw just wants to be your friend. Yes, he does. You're just not used to something that chases you. Oh yeah, I remember that one. The one where yeah he I think he makes a deal with the devil. Or no, no, he goes to hell, and but he thinks he's in heaven. He wins, and then he realizes that he always wins, and nothing he does will ever make him lose. I remember that one. Yeah, there's that was making me think of a bunch of others. The one where the guy wishes he could live forever, and and so he like jumps in front of a subway train and doesn't kill him, and then he thinks, okay, well, let's give the electric chair a whirl, and he gets and he commits a crime and gets but instead of being sentenced to death, he gets life in prison. Yeah, Jan, you're right. It'll look great when it's done. I'm like I said, I'm really happy with how it's coming along. The trip to Willoughby, that was a good one. Yeah, yeah, he's on the train going to Willoughby, and then finds out Willoughby is actually the name of a morgue or something like that. Yeah, that's a good one. Or the one where aliens come down and they're messing with the people by turning on lights and making them turn against each other. Am I done painting till after the new year? No, I may actually paint some more today. I don't know. I'm gonna have a few more days off around the holidays because I'm gonna have Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off. I was supposed to have New Year's and New Year's Eve off too, but I volunteered actually to work on New Year's Eve. They were asking for volunteers, and I said, well, I could do both or I could do one, and I don't really want to get up at 5 in the morning after New Year's Eve, so I'll work New Year's Eve day and then come home and get alcohol poisoning that night and then sleep it off the next day. Yeah, I agree with you, PDX. I hated the change to Tower of Terror. I don't know if I ever told anyone, but one of the perks I got once when I worked at Disneyland is I actually got to walk through that attraction. We went upstairs. I saw the mechanism that raises and lowers the carriages. I went up. If you remember that when you went up and there was this creepy mirror that you looked in, and then everyone kind of melted. I got to look. I got to see that. Um, I got to go up to the higher level where you know there was that long hallway and all that stuff going on. That was really fun. That was one that was one of the really cool things about working at Disneyland is you got to do little behind the scene things like that. I also got to walk the entire track of Radiator Springs Racers, so that was cool too. How long did it take to paint the ceilings and the walls in the living room? Well, just a third that I did, which is basically from here to right here. That took 4 days. But one day was getting everything taped up. The second day was doing the light blue. The third day was the trim, and the fourth day was like tearing all the paper off the floor and getting everything back into place, getting all the pictures on the walls. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll do a live stream on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. We could do that maybe. Oh, that's cool. You, your oldest daughter was a Make-A-Wish child, so you did the whole Disney walkthrough, and yeah, I remember there was always a bunch of Make-A-Wish moments that I was involved in at Disneyland. I know I used to do a show or do a live show at California Adventure based on the Phineas and Ferb TV show, and there were a number of times where we'd because you'd have one of the little Make-A-Wish pins that the kid would wear, and so we'd always be on the lookout for one of those. And If we saw one in the audience, we'd go approach them and say, "Hey, you want to meet Phineas and Ferb?" And we did a bunch of those. Yeah, Disney was way into that. Yeah, I mean, my issue with Disney was not ever the company or the way they treated their customers. They were always great. They encouraged us to do whatever we had to do, to make things right, and to give customers a great day. I just don't like the way they treat their employees. You did 10 days all at Disney. Was that Disney World or Disneyland? Because I can't imagine spending 10 days at Disneyland. It just isn't that big. Disney World, on the other hand, there's a lot to see at Disney World because there's so many different lands. I think there's like 4 or 5 different lands there. And so you can spend a couple days at each one and kind of see the whole park. Guess who's back? And he's showing his butt again. I mean, don't get me wrong. I loved what I did at Disneyland. I had a blast. That was why I stayed there for as long as I did. But I don't know. You want a treat bite? Huh? Of course you do. Of course you do. You know what I ought to do? You need a little exercise. So what do you say we throw the kitty treat down the hall and you go run for it, huh? Because you could definitely use some exercise. That's how you get him to run. Okay, go run again. So that's the way we're gonna get him to lose weight, right? Wait till he walks all the way back here and then throw it down to the end of the hall again. Oh, he's too smart for me. Now he's gonna sit there and wait. Yeah, joke's on you. Oh, here comes Nibble too. She wants some too. She could afford to lose some weight too, so go run for that, Nibble. You missed the one down here. Huh? That one landed right in front of him. That wasn't much incentive. Bite got that one. Here, Nibble, that's one for you, but you're too slow and Bite's gonna come and get it. You know it. He's gonna sit there and wait now. So you make him come over here for a kitty treat and then throw one down the hall again. Okay, time to run again. Ha psych, I didn't throw it. You're too smart for me. But Nibble got that one. I need to get him a leash. Can you imagine? Yeah, I'm gonna go out and walk my cat. That would be weird, huh? How long am I gonna grow the hair? I don't know. Until it annoys me. Do I have any other jobs at Disney? Well, I did everything involving the parade, so it wasn't just driving floats. I was also what they call a tow, which basically means occasionally the floats break down and they get towed across the parade route. But a lot of times, most of the time, what the tow does is just park the floats. If you ever seen like the guys that guide airplanes at the airport, where they got the lights and they're steering, guiding the airplanes around. We'd use a similar thing to guide the floats around because those floats have horrible visibility. And so you have to kind of, be there to help park them and tell them where they need to be. And so I did a lot of that. Sometimes our department would loan us to other departments. And so there were a few times, for instance, where I helped them put Christmas lights up on the Small World attraction. But for the most part, it was all parade stuff. Oh, Rhonda walks her cat, huh? That's cool. On a leash? Because I can't see. I don't think it would be a walk it would be a drag. I'd just be dragging them along. Hi, Diane. How are you? You never believed in starting a health regime or diet in December? Yeah, I guess it's probably kind of counterproductive. Okay, it's half and half. It's half walk and half drag, huh? I get it. Yeah, cats don't really strike me as being as. I mean, I've known people that did it. I've heard stories that Robert Pollard, the guy from Guided by Voices, has a cat. He's been out. He's been seen out walking his cat on a leash. I don't know if it's true or not. Yeah, well, that's a big part of it, Peg. Is that for so long I had to maintain the Disney look guidelines. That I'm gonna let it go for a while. We'll see. This isn't even the longest I've ever had my hair. Let me see if I can find the picture here. I have it in Facebook somewhere here. Da, 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 photos. Blah, 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 blah. It's always hard to find the photo album section when you're doing on your phone here. Keeps telling me he wants me to tell it what's going on in my life. It's like, yeah, no. Albums, there's what I'm looking for. It's right in front of me. Jeez. What am I, blind? Profile pictures. I think it's in there. Oh yeah, there it is. That was my employee badge when I was at DMI. So I'm nowhere near the longest my hair's ever been. Ugly, huh? Yikes. Looks like a serial killer or a pedophile. Hey, Black Dot's here. How are you? Yeah, I know it's scary, huh? Yeah. Yikes. That was probably early 90s, 92, 93, 94, something like that. Yeah, I know the stash made me look like a porn star. That was when I actually had hair. Yeah, late 70s, I was 12, 13 years old. So, yeah, I saw that the Charlie Pride died. That's sad. Still plenty of hair. Yeah, just not a lot on the top. It's all kind of disappearing here. I'm going to have to do a comb over. Yeah, that was that picture was like when I was in the into the grunge movement, was listening like Nirvana and Soundgarden and stuff like that. So what's on the agenda? I might do some more painting this weekend. I don't know. Time to buzz it all off. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. That ain't me. You like the live stream background, all the stuff in the background? Yeah, I'm trying to I always try and keep it like interesting looking, have things to, maybe something I want to talk about or something I'll try and put it in the shot in the hopes that somebody will ask about it. We got Jordan's movie here. Got to go check that out if you haven't. I ever pickle eggs? No, I've never pickled eggs. You're putting in a new kitchen countertop? That's cool. Yeah, that does a lot to improve the looks of the house. That was one of the things I love about this house is the countertop in the kitchen here is really nice. In fact, I didn't really when I first saw the pictures of the house, I didn't really like the countertop because I thought it was black, and I just didn't think that looked good with everything else in the room. But when I actually got here and saw it, it actually looks really nice. But I ended up replacing the countertop in the kitchen in California too. And the bite man is back. Back showing his butt again. More than halfway through the live stream, I haven't drank half my water yet. Now I have. You have to get a jigsaw. Yeah. Yeah, I have one. It comes in very useful. Morning, Jeannie. How are you? Thanks. I'm glad you liked the painting in here. It came together really well. I'm really happy with it. I'm going to probably do some more this weekend. I don't know. We'll see. I've decided I'm going to kind of break this room into three parts. Originally, I planned on doing it in two parts, but I still think that maybe it's going to have to be three parts. The wall with a TV over here, that's going to be a pain in the neck. So did I know that the movie The Great Escape was filmed there in Texas? Wouldn't surprise me. There's a lot of movies that are filmed here. Oh, that sounds like Bite found one of the kitty treats that he didn't find initially. I just heard some crunching back there. Do the cats drink water? Yeah, they better. I'm giving them water and it's disappearing. I don't think it's all evaporating. Yeah, yeah, you wouldn't think that the dark baseboards would work, but I think they really pop. I don't know. My mom's getting on me about the patio in the backyard too. Some point, she wants to help with that, and so we may do that at some point. What I got to do, I got to just get off my butt and get a contractor in here and get an estimate because that's where it all starts. And the time to do it is now when I can't use the pool anyway. Hello, Kathy. How are you? Got a nice start to my weekend. This is my short weekend, so I only got 3 days off. So it's funny. When I used to work at Disney, I worked 6 days a week every week, and I got 1 day off, and I was happy for it. Now I get 3 days off 1 week and 4 days the next week, and I'm disappointed on the 3 day weekends because it's only 3 days. Just never happy, I guess. Am I still building a pool deck? I don't know. That's something that's kind of in the back of my mind. I have to design it in my head first, and I don't have a good picture of what it looks like yet. So I don't know. Some point. Yeah, I think my mom would like spring here. That's probably the time she'd want to be here. Although she'd have to come with my sister, and my sister is like a tutor, so that kind of makes it a little hard to get here in the spring. So I don't know. We'll see. And he's back. When does spring break begin in Texas? I don't know. Usually it's starting to get a little warmer around April. Seems like it's a nightmare to coordinate tradespeople in the area unless they're retired. I know. I know. I called a few days ago about a problem I'm having with the fireplace, and the guy never got back to me. So, whatever. If he doesn't want to call me, I'll find somebody else. That'll be a video at some point. There's always a spring break. Yeah, that's true. When am I putting up the Christmas tree? Basically, this is a Christmas tree this year. And that's going to be the extent of it. And even it needs to kind of be put away a little bit once the live stream's over, or this guy's going to be eating it, aren't you? You're eyeing that thing. You're wondering what that thing tastes like. And the second you start eating it, there's going to be green barf all over the house, isn't there? Yeah. See, you just said so. Yeah. So that's my Christmas tree this year. It's a live one, and so that's nice. But and I mean not a live one where it's live and cut down. It's live in a pot. So I'll put it out in the yard at some point. Oh, it's okay. I get to the point where I look at something and it's obviously an autocorrect error, and I can usually interpret what you were meant to say. So don't worry about that. It happens all the time. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Just doing my live stream, hanging out with my buddy. He's hanging out with the kitty treat jar. That's all he cares about. See? I usually walk about a mile a night, but you got to remember I'm walking all day at work too. Remember the tree? I only saw the Money Pit once with Tom Hanks. I don't know. It wasn't a movie that really ever uh, clicked with me, I guess. I do remember it, but only a little bit. Am I going to put in a bar? I had a bar in the house in California. Never really did anything with it, so probably not. I got the room to do it, though, definitely. But I mean, I could, if I were going to do something, I'd put like a pool table here. This is big enough space here that I could put a pool table there. I've always wanted to have a pool table. That would definitely be a blast. Right now, your name is Goofy Ho Ho Ho, huh? All right. You anticipate being down mid-spring to do some house snooping, huh? All right. I had a lot of fun buying this one, and it was so easy when you did cash. I remember. I mean, I don't know how much of the difference was that I was buying in California versus buying in Texas versus financing and paying cash. But the paperwork. We did the paperwork in like 20 minutes. We were done. When I bought the house in California, the stack of paper was that thick that I had to go through. Wow. Messing with your feet, dude. I'm messing with your feet. Mike's the only cat I've ever seen that doesn't have problems with people handling his feet. Meow. It's not that much warmer here, Mark. I think it's in the mid 40s. We're getting closer and closer to the point where it's going to be freezing. Yeah, Kristen, I like how this wall turned out too. This wall looks great. I love how the house is coming together. This blue, people might have questions about the appropriateness of blue in a living room, but I think it looks great in here. I love this color. Yeah, I don't know. Is it still raining? I want to see what the radar looks like here. We looked at that a little while ago. Yeah, it looks like we're through most of it now here. Same kind of where this little dot is right here. And so it looks like I'm kind of past that now. Might get a little bit of rain after it, but it was supposed to kind of wind up about noon. It's a little after noon now. Yeah, I don't think I've talked a whole bunch about it. I actually started shooting a vlog about this a few days ago, but I haven't been able to finish it yet. I had an issue with my fireplace the other about a week ago, and for some reason everything got clogged up in the chimney, and I started the fire, and smoke started billowing into the house. So I got to call a chimney sweep, I think, to get him out here. And I actually went up there to see if I could do something about it, but I couldn't get there. There's like a sheet metal plate over the top of the fireplace, and I couldn't get the plate off. So I didn't mention my sister is adopted. Yeah, I guess it didn't. I guess it didn't really matter. She's still my sister. But yeah, she's adopted. Dead bird in the flue? No, I don't think that's what it is. There's no way a bird would be able to get in there, dead or otherwise. I wasn't sure what was up there because I hadn't been up there, but I went up there on a ladder, and I think probably what happened is there's just like some spark arrestor material up there, and it might have just gotten plugged. Like I said, there's like 5 screws that hold this metal plate on the top, and I was able to get 4 of them off, but the fifth one seems to be rusted on. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to get a professional out here and get them to look at it. Minus 17 degrees Celsius. Ooh, that's horrible. The former owners have the chimney swept before selling. I don't know. I don't know. I know that the inspector went up there and looked at it and said he didn't see anything wrong with it. But I've used it a bunch in the past few weeks, so it's possible that I might have plugged something up. So any woodworking projects? Not anything I'm thinking about. But who knows? It's one of those things that can, I'll just be inspired one day. I'll get up and say, I'm in the mood to do this. So who knows? I actually did actually look up the chimney and see there's a little flap inside there that allows you to close off the chimney. So when you're not using it, you don't have cold air coming down the chimney. And I knew that was in there. And so before I lit the fire the first time, I actually, looked in there to see if the flap was up because I wasn't sure which way you do to make the flap go up. But there's like a little chain in there that you can pull the flap. And when I first looked at it, when I had the flap in one direction, I could see light up the chimney. So I said, okay, that's the way it's called. And when I looked up there about a week ago, I couldn't see any light. So I know the flap wasn't closed. So I'm guessing I just plugged something out. Got to get a chimney sweep in here, and we'll deal with that. But like I said, I called somebody like on I think Monday of last week, and they never got back to me. So I guess they're not interested. I'll find somebody else. No, if there's a sack of money on the mantle, it's mine, guaranteed. They say possession is 9/10 of the law. Well, I'm possessed, definitely. Do I play guitar? No, not really. I bought them just because they're cool decorations for the wall. Yeah, too much on the walls. That's your opinion. Everybody's entitled to one. I got a lot of things I wanna have on the wall, so I'm going to. Makes the house interesting to look at. You got anything you want to add? You're just looking at the kitty treat jar, aren't you? Or you want the brush? You like the brush too? Yeah, that's like his favorite thing in the world, isn't it? Almost. That and a kitty treat jar. Yeah, you take care of that yourself. Look at that. He's actually holding it with his paw. I think he's about to lose it though. You're about to drop it, dude. Yeah, there he dropped it. When I looked up the chimney to see Santa Claus, that might be the problem actually. Maybe he's stuck in there. You're self-teaching yourself the ukulele, huh? Yeah, that's kind of how I look at it too, Jeannie. It's my house. You know, you may not like my colors, but the colors I do, you may not like what I hang on the wall, but when I do my painting vlogs, I like to show you how I do that, and then you can pick your own colors and do it your own way. But this is my house, so I'll do it that way. I don't have a problem with people having a different opinion. That's fine. Yeah, I don't know if I'd say, well, don't come over, but yeah, it's my house. I'm gonna decorate the way I want it. You can decorate your house the way you want it. That's the way it works. Yeah, well, I mean, I got some kind of fun things, so I want to have them up and displayed. I got to admit, I don't think I've ever actually seen Alice in Wonderland. If I did, it was such a long time ago. I think the closest I know about it is the Alice in Wonderland ride at Disneyland. Thanks, Jeannie. I'm glad you like the home improvement vlogs. I like doing them. Flash is doing fine. And for the record, Flash is a girl. Yeah, every once in a while, Beth will send me a picture or something like that, and I'll try and put that in. But last I heard, she's doing fine. She's probably hibernating now, so we may not hear from her again until like March. I don't know. I haven't been watching the weather in Garden Grove lately, so I don't know what it looks like there. Let's see what it is. That. Garden Grove, California. Oh yeah, it's freezing there. It's 64 degrees. I got it bad. No, don't they? Can get up to a whopping 67 today. 1% chance of rain. Yep, that's one of the things I wanted to escape from in California. California's boring. 60s and 70s for the foreseeable future. Yeah, I'd rather have it be cold. Any more indoor house projects to do? Well, I mean, I got a lot more painting to do. I got to finish up this room. I got to do the master bedroom, master bathroom. I got to do the kitchen. Then I think that's pretty much it, at least for painting. Yeah, exactly, Jeannie. I mean, if you got some cool things, why hide them away? Your husband loves all my GVV stuff. Awesome. Yeah. I got more stuff I haven't shown you yet, but you know, I've got a 3 ring binder filled with all sorts of kind of fun little things. Yeah, I agree, Mark. And I'm not one of the latter. I like to have my house kind of be a reflection of who I am. Well, I'm sure Flash wasn't offended, but yeah, a lot of people always think that Flash is a boy, but Flash is a girl. I do want to get her relocated here though, but it's really weird. It's really hard to do that right now with the coronavirus because it's going to have to be one of those things where I'm going to have to drive to California to do it. I don't want to fly her here, and it'll be a lot easier, I think, if I could do it during the winter when she's hibernating, because it'll be a quicker, easier trip for her. But yeah, it'd be fun to do a video with a telescope. Unfortunately, the telescope, I wouldn't be able to video anything through the telescope. So all you'd see is me looking in it. And that'd be kind of boring. I wish I had a telescope that was, that could get a live video feed or something like that. But no such luck. Has Jordan been to visit me yet here? No. Well, he came to the apartment about a year ago, right after Christmas. He was here, but he hasn't been in the house yet. Thank you, Rhonda. I appreciate that. Am I going to paint the bedroom blue? Probably not. One of the things I think I kind of overdid the blue in the house in California, because even most of the downstairs and most of the upstairs was this blue color, and then I had a bathroom downstairs that was blue. The guest bedroom upstairs was blue. So I mean, I really like the color blue, but I think I overdid it a little bit. So we'll do different colors. I put the camera close to the telescope lens. Could it see anything? Probably not. I don't think I'd be able to focus in on that, unfortunately. What I really need to do is get a telescope that you can put a digital camera on, because it would be fun to be able to do that. The telescopes today do that. Yeah, I've already picked the color I'm going to have in the kitchen too. I had a yellow color in the kitchen in California. I really liked that. It was really bright. It was really warm. It was really inviting, and I think I'm going to do that in there too, because that room, that's one of the things about this house that I wasn't really into, is everything is gray, and gray is a boring color, I think. Yeah, exactly. PDX. They made me paint it gray. Actually, we ended up. I was painting the house, or the bedrooms upstairs. Everything upstairs was gray, and by the time we got downstairs, the realtor actually changed her mind. We actually ended up painting downstairs white. Yeah, exactly, Peg. Now I know some of the telescopes today have more high tech. You can remember I bought this telescope, in the '80s. So, it just wasn't there wasn't a lot of technology, and it was kind of a toy anyway. It wasn't really a professional telescope. Yes, I can see Jupiter. Yes, I can see Saturn. Yes, I can see the rings of Saturn. It's great for looking at the moon. It's great for looking at Venus and Mars. But beyond that, it isn't really that powerful of a telescope. Jeannie, I like actually your first one. Yellow is cheesy. Oh, it isn't cheery. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm blind. It looked like it said cheesy, but I thought that was kind of funny. Because wouldn't orange be more cheesy? But yeah, it was a perfect yellow color. It was it was really bright, uh, and it really made the kitchen feel warm. And I think it'll go well in here too. And of course, I'm going to keep the ceilings white. That's going to be the constant theme throughout the house. Yeah, but someday I want to do something like that where I get a telescope that's actually a good one that has a computer built into it and could capture digital images and maybe even video. Yeah, orange is cheesy. Wouldn't cheese be orangey? Yeah, you'd have to have the telescope on like a solid surface so it didn't move around. Charlotte and Logan have to take their nap. Okay. Hey, bye. Say goodbye to Charlotte and Logan. Bye, Charlotte and Logan. Wow. Wow. Do I like green at all? Yeah. I mean, we had green in the cat room. It's kind of a mint green. A lot of people may not like that, but whatever. But I've had green in rooms before. And I had a guest bathroom upstairs in a house in California that I put green in, and I absolutely hated the color. It didn't turn out well, but it just wasn't the right green. I think Charlotte and Logan say goodbye down there right now. When you were younger, your brother had walls, one black one white one. The ceiling was black and white checkers with black light posters. Those are cool. Some of those Guided by Voices posters are black light posters. They look fantastic under a black light. I probably ought to hang a black light in there just so we can do that. Green can be tricky in different lighting types. Yeah, I suppose it could be. I think green is also sort of a darker color too. Cats have to have a green room to get ready for the show. Ain't that the truth? Yeah, they live in their green room. If I'm going to go almost yellow, I want to go full yellow. No, I pretty much picked myself the color that I want. So I mean, I'm gonna have to go find it with a paint chip, but because I don't think I have an actual paint chip from that one. I tried to bring a bunch of paint chips with me, but I don't think that was one of the ones I brought. That would be fun to have a fancy telescope. Actually, my mom's been asking me for a Christmas present, but I don't know what a good telescope would cost. I'd have to look that up. That would be a good gift, though. I don't know. Depends if I get a nice Christmas bonus. Maybe if I get a nice Christmas bonus, maybe that's what it'll be. Thank you, Cindy. Yeah, I'll definitely. Going to start my weekend here when the live stream's done. So, but most of my neighbors decorated for Christmas. I'm actually really happy to say that uh, neighbors on both sides of me have Christmas lights up, and about 5 houses directly across the street in a row all have Christmas lights up. So, I don't know if I inspired that or what. I know that in California, I inspired a lot of Christmas lights because I went all out when I first started doing it. Um, you know, maybe one or two other houses in the entire block would have Christmas lights. When I left the last year I put Christmas lights up. Um, Almost every house on the block had Christmas lights up, and in fact, there were more lights on our block than any other block in the neighborhood, so or in the community. So that would be a super nice Christmas gift. It'd be something I'd enjoy too. Yeah, cats really do have a green room. I see these days too. They're enjoying the shelves more too. You'll see them hanging out on different shelves. There's shelves next to the windows. There's shelves up near the ceiling. You know, they really seem to enjoy that. Could always have the critic, I guess, huh? I'll pull in the astronomy geek crowd with a few skylight vlogs. That's true. Once they're here teaching to use a hammer, everyone wins. Yeah, that's true, I guess. Last I heard, Flash is doing fine. She's still with Beth. Every once in a while, Beth sends me videos or photos, and I try and share those in the vlogs when they come up. Uh, I'm sure right now Flash is probably hibernating, so probably won't see or hear much from her in the next few months once it starts getting cold there. Although it's really hard to describe mid 60s in California as cold, but you know how that is. Come on up. He's sitting down there on the floor right now. He's back. Yeah, yeah. You got to remember, she's a reptile. She's cold blooded. So, when it gets cold, she gets sleepy. It's always fun though when you see her pop up for the first time in the spring. Yeah, I mean every day is something new at work. I did something yesterday I've never gotten a chance to do before. We do different batches of product, and so when you start a new product, there's a big elaborate process. Well, yesterday they put me on a line and put me in charge of starting up a line for the first time yesterday, and it worked out all right. I've done it a few times with other people, but yesterday it was just me and a temp. So Worked out all right. We got everything done. Machine ran like hell, but that's not my fault. We finally got it working right about 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and it just ran like clockwork for the rest of the day. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll do a Christmas vlog in downtown Waco. I do want to go out and do some Christmas light videos because I love doing those. Those are fun, and they're easy to do. They're fun. They're really festive, and I did a few of them last year, so we'll do some of those. Maybe even this weekend. It's getting close to Christmas now, so we got to do that. Do I like garlic? Yes, a lot. Love garlic. I put garlic. I've had garlic in a bunch of in a bunch of the recipes I've done. You're doing painting as a subcontractor. You did all the kitchens in a color called straw yellow. Yeah, I think mine was a little bit more of like a yellow yellow. It was just a very bright, very warm, very kind of happy color. And I want to try and find that again, or something close, because I really love that yellow in that room. I think that was one of the best choices I made for colors, was that yellow. Yeah, things are going really well at work. I'm encouraged by the things that they're letting me do. It's a little bit, it's a little bit more all the time, and they seem to be happy with how things are going. Can I make homemade biscuits? I haven't made any homemade biscuits, but that would be good. Right now, the only biscuits I would know how to make come in a little can. You end up pushing it out of the can, cut it into little slices, and put it on the thing, and put it on a cookie sheet, and you go. But it'd be fun to do it from scratch. Guess I could add some onions or scallops, yeah, or shallots. And he's back. What's the best album by Guided by Voices? You could ask 1,000 people and get 1,000 different answers, literally. My favorite is an early album called Propeller, but B1000 is good. Under the Bushes, Under the Stars is good. I'm more of an old school Guided by Voices. I like the older stuff more than the new stuff. Onion soup with cheese on top. That sounds good. Garlic soup is a Swiss recipe, and onion soup is a French recipe. Okay, there you go. See, I learned something new here. Watch him go steal out of the thing here. How many albums do they have? Hundreds, hundreds. In fact, I want to show you something here. Hang on, that's a great question. I want to show you something. Let's see, this one. This is what I'm looking for. A couple of years ago, Guided by Voices released a coffee table book. Well, it's upside down, yeah. Coffee table book called Robert Pollard 100. And what they did is they took album covers and blew them up to full size and made covers of every album that he's ever done. And there's literally hundreds of them in here. These are all albums that you can get. I have most of these, especially the early ones. So I can't hold the book up high enough, but it's a really nice, it's a thing with all sorts of covers of different albums, front and back covers. So, I mean, there's all sorts of them. Just like I said, there's 100 different covers in this book. And so these are all album covers. And like I said, this book was a number of years ago, and there's more since then. So yeah, I mean, there's over not just, it's not guided by voices because it's different. He'll do different band covers, and he's got dozens of different bands and stuff like that. And so he'll release 3 or 4 things a year. I mean, I think there's been 3 albums that have come out this year from him. Yeah, he puts Bob Dylan to shame. Everyone thinks, oh, when you think of a very prolific artist, you think of Zappa, you think of Bob Dylan, but this guy puts them to shame. Yeah, incredibly prolific. Yeah, I gotta pester my mom to get the green bean casserole recipe. Did I change the casters on my TV tray? No, I just got a rug underneath it, so it isn't rubbing on the floor as much. Yeah, we might do some more cooking vlogs and stuff like that. Checking in on my live channel on my channel here. Apparently, I'm doing a live stream. Who knew, huh? Check something here for a second. Here, hang on a second. All right, whatever. What's the website again? You mean the Guided by Voices website? Yeah, it's called guidedbyrobertpollard.com. I'll actually type it into the section here so you can see it. I guess it helps if I click on the thing here, huh? Make sure I spelled that right now. Yeah, that's it right there. That's Matt from Island Horizon Videos. I got that running in the background there. And my Guided by Voices website. I'm actually the person that does all the coding and kind of keeps track of everything. And then he writes reviews and makes contributions and other kinds of stuff. And then, of course, we have a Guided by Robert Pollard Facebook group too. It's administered by Matt and I. We're getting crazy membership in there. We got like, we hit 500 a few weeks ago, and we're way beyond that now. It's like every day, it's like 4 or 5 new people joining that group. No, so far, no one at work knows that I do any vlogging. Or if they have, they haven't said it to me. I haven't really mentioned it. I'm just trying to keep the two worlds separate. Any plans for a Texas road trip? I don't know. Maybe at some point. There's something I've been thinking about doing down in Austin that I think would be a great vlog or a great. I think it'll probably end up being a couple of vlogs that we might do. I might actually end up doing one of my first filming location videos. Hint, hint. Sorry, I've been wearing a mask at work, and so I have to kind of wear my glasses on the tip of my nose like that, so it's behind the mask, so my glasses don't fog up. And I've kind of gotten in the habit of doing that, and so sometimes my glasses are riding down a little bit. What do you think of the Guided by Voices book? You want to read that? Huh? Oh, look who's coming down the hall here. Make one final appearance here before the end of the vlog, or end of the live stream. He's gotten fat? No, he is fat. He's been fat for a long time. Right, Nibble, you're fat too, just not as fat. Because Bite always steals the food from you. Because he's such a gentleman. Right, Bite? Road trip to Oklahoma would be better? Maybe. I don't know what's in Oklahoma, but find a way to defog the glasses. Yeah, basically take them off and go like this. Now, it'd be nice if somebody could come up with that. I mean, I've been thinking like a little fan on the top of each one and blowing across that, but I think that would look funny. They say fat cats are happy cats. Are you a happy cat? Because you're certainly a fat cat. Yes, you are. You're a big porker of a cat. Jets of CO2, yeah. My problem with my glasses, though, is I don't have to wear them all the time. I only need them for reading. Although I'm kind of getting to the point where I probably should get some bifocals or something like that. But yeah, I mean, you notice like when I do my vlogs, you rarely see me in glasses because, I'm actually pretty decent visible. I have pretty good, decent vision at distance. It's just when I'm, reading the screen here and reading your comments that I kind of have to have them on so I can see what you're writing. It's funny, at work, I'm required to read standard operating procedures. There's always new procedures on how to do things, and I have to keep up with that. And people always laugh at me because what I'll do is the SOPs, the standard operating procedures, are in PDF format. And so with PDF format, you can really blow it up really large. And so what I'll do is I'll blow it up so the text is like, half an inch tall or something. Then I can take off my glasses and just read it from a distance. I think that just works well for me, but clean your shield with shaving cream to keep it from fogging. Interesting. You're in oh, by the jar. Yeah, this one here. Yeah, this is a candle I made. I've had it lit a few times. What I did is I used to have I used to do some candle making. I was kind of like just kind of getting into like little projects or something like that. And I had a whole bunch of different wax and different wax dyes and stuff like that. And so I just decided, I wanted to get rid of it. So I took a big jar and made a bunch of different colored wax. And what I do is start with a light blue and pour about an inch of that in there and let it harden. Then get a little bit more blue, make it a little darker and a little darker and a little darker and a little darker, and just put it layer after layer. And yeah, that's what that is. I thought it was a water cooler way in the distance. No, it's just it's a 1 gallon pickle jar filled with wax. But I think I bought cheap wax. I think that was part of the reason, because what ends up happening is it burns way, way, way down in the center around the wick, and then the wax accumulates and it puts the flame out. So yeah, I'm just hoping we're going to get to the point that at some point we don't have to wear the masks anymore. I don't know. We'll see. I hope so. I don't want this to be the new normal. Yeah, thanks for stopping in, Black Dot. Yeah, I'm gonna probably end this about now too. We've been going for 2 hours, and that's usually what I do. Um, John's the opposite. He can see it, see what he can read without glasses, but needs them for distance. Yeah, like I said, I'm kind of getting there too. I mean, not to the point where I can read without my glasses. I've needed to do that for a long time, but I'm probably getting to the point where I'm going to need some help at distance too. So I'm going to probably have to have bifocals or something like that. But anyway, I think we're going to pull the plug on this. We've been going for a couple hours now, and I got to do a video today, so we got to get going on that. So I think that's all I have for today. Thanks everyone for stopping by. I'll see you next week. Have a good night, everyone.